The story of America is often told as one of self-reliance and innovation. But this narrative omits a crucial truth. Black labor built the nation. From the tobacco fields to the rice plantations, Black people were the backbone of the early American economy. Their forced labor generated immense wealth for individuals, colonies, and eventually a nation. The toil of enslaved Africans was not a footnote, it was the foundation. Their expertise in agriculture, honed over generations, transformed the land into profitable enterprises. The Southern economy, in particular, became synonymous with cash crops like tobacco, rice, and indigo, all made possible by the sweat and suffering of enslaved people. This exploitation was not confined to the South. Northern colonies also profited from the slave trade, directly and indirectly. Shipbuilding thrived on the backs of enslaved workers, and merchants grew rich from the trade in human lives. To deny the centrality of Black labor is to fundamentally misunderstand the making of America. As the nation grew, so did its dependence on Black labor. The invention of the cotton gin in 1793 revolutionized the cotton industry and intensified the brutality of slavery. Cotton became king, and the demand for enslaved labor exploded. Millions of Africans were forcibly transported to the Americas, their lives consumed by the insatiable appetite for this white gold. The economic impact of cotton cannot be overstated. It fueled the rise of textile mills in the North, creating an industrial powerhouse. The profits generated from cotton lined the pockets of plantation owners, traders, and financiers. It is no exaggeration to say that the cotton industry, built on the backs of enslaved Africans, propelled the United States into the ranks of global economic powers. However, this economic dominance came at a horrific moral and human cost. The unimaginable suffering inflicted upon enslaved people, the families torn apart, the lives stolen, these are the indelible stains on the fabric of American prosperity. The tentacles of slavery reached far beyond the cotton fields. The immense wealth generated by enslaved labor flowed into the nation's financial system, fueling economic growth in all sectors. Banks financed plantations, insured slave ships, and profited from the trade in human beings. Insurance companies, nascent in their early stages, found a lucrative market in insuring enslaved people as property. Universities and other institutions benefited from endowments and investments tied to the slave trade. The very foundations of American capitalism were, in many ways, laid upon the backs of enslaved people. Even after the Civil War and the abolition of slavery, the economic legacy of this system persisted. The South remained economically disadvantaged, still grappling with the consequences of a system designed to concentrate wealth in the hands of a few. The question posed, what if Black laborers never built America, is an impossible one to answer definitively. However, it is clear that the nation's economic ascent would have been far different, and likely far less prosperous, without the forced labor of millions of Africans. The legacy of slavery continues to cast a long shadow on American society. The racial wealth gap, the persistence of poverty and inequality along racial lines. These are all testaments to the enduring impact of this system. Recognizing the centrality of Black labor in building the nation is not about assigning blame or dwelling in the past. It is about understanding the roots of present-day inequities, and acknowledging the debt owed to those who sacrificed so much. Only then can we truly grapple with the complexities of our history and strive for a more just and equitable future. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more videos like this, then please subscribe and hit the notifications bell for the next video. This is Unshakable Roots.